Hello and welcome to the Christian Kenpo Fellowship's series on concepts and principles. My name is Chris Stewart and I'm going to be your host over these next 200 plus episodes as we look at the over 200 concepts and principles in both the American Kenpo and Christian Kenpo systems and their use specifically in forms, sets, and techniques. How we're going to be doing this is as we are looking at individual techniques in both systems, we're going to divide it up into several sections. The first is going to be method. Previously called break stance method, it's looking at the lower half below the belt motion in the feet. There's a phrase in which we use in the Christian Kenpo and postmodern Kenpo system is that hips control feet, feet control hands. Elbows aim strikes and knees aim kicks. This is part of the process of Kenpo from the ground up that we're going to be looking at in reducing the friction and pivot points on our feet in what's called the method. That's the first analysis of individual techniques in the Christian Kenpo and American Kenpo systems. We're also going to be looking at what's called the catalyst and intent. The catalyst is the initial attack or move by the attacker, whether it is a now attack or a when-then attack. The intent is the follow-through or the actual impetus in which your opponent is trying to hurt you, grab you, his actual method of intention against you. Next, in the individual techniques, we'll be looking at weapons to targets. What weapons are formed? What targets on our opponent's body are we using? And why are we using those weapons to targets? This goes into partially looking at the formulation of the techniques and why techniques are related, but also how they are different because of their weapons to targets. In the next category that we'll be looking at in this process is concepts and principles and how they're related between techniques. There are going to be videos on individual concepts and principles in which you can look back on as we go through each self-defense technique of the American Kenpo system and the Christian Kenpo system in order to get a better understanding of the underlying concepts and principles. Lastly, we're going to be looking at the lessons contained within each technique. I have been taught, and I firmly believe, that each and every technique, both in the American Kenpo and Christian Kenpo system, have a specific set of lessons that are either unique to that technique or are related to other techniques in the system. But in both systems, no single technique is an island unto itself. There are relations conceptually with rules, concepts, and laws that relate it to other techniques. And we're going to explore and dive in together as to how those lessons correlate and how they build up your Kenpo from the ground up. I hope that you will join us on this journey through both systems as we get to enjoy together the martial arts, and considering right now with the whole COVID-19 thing, hopefully you guys get an opportunity to learn something in the comfort of your own home as you continue to hone your skills as a martial artist. Once again, my name is Chris Stewart, and welcome on this journey.